What's up everyone, this is Cher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be talking about everything that was announced in the last reset for once in SaGa universe. Well, first of all we got this new Cave of Hollystones changing ore announcement. This is a new updated version of the Cave of Hollystones event, and we can get platinum pickaxes, and within we'll be able to get this new type of Hollystones that you can see here, and they will allow you to amplify the power of the old SS weapons. Right now we are crafting S weapons with different passives. They can reach very high potential, even break it through 100%. These ones will add 60% damage increase to SS weapons. They have higher weapon power. In some instances the damage will be just too similar, but the good thing is that fixes the problem of some characters that have wall element needs, like Joe. We don't have a dedicated S forgeable weapon for Joe, so this will fix her problem. You should be aiming for characters that need this type of thing, like also Lycite and Matcha. Moving on, the second announcement is the Jiggers Expedition. This one seems to be, yeah, the treasure maps event is back, but with a different color and different skin. And you get these maps by main event, submarine exploration, and this event called Following the Tycoon. This will probably give you plenty of gold pieces, also platinum tickets. Store them because you're going to need. And this new event called Following the Tycoon is going to be very important because it will also drop the platinum pickaxes. We'll also be able to get this welfare style of Tyler from SaGa Frontier 2, and it's related to the UDX banner of Wil. Well, this will be very nice because you don't need to change your focus like going for main story to farm. This one has the highest HP cap, but it's just 10 more than the current events. But then we have the announcement of a new banner. UDX Wil is here, and he's the only limited style from this banner. While we also have Cordelia, a platinum style with roll attacks, and Narcisse, blue mage that deals blunt damage. He's pretty different. Cordelia is the most interesting one, but they are not limited. They will be added into the platinum pool later. We already have the information of his characters. Once again, in a post by Hands43, we have all the new information on this banner. They buffed Wil because he's the limited style here. He got 7% more STR, having the highest one in the game right now. His intelligence is now 100% to help out with inheritances if you want to use spells. All the other status are kinda average, nothing shines besides STR and intelligence. Well, he's a character with access to 4 BP per turn, starts with 12 and has 15% increase in damage, plus 20. That's what he has. He says only 35% damage passives. Well, he also has a 25% chance to evade any type of enemy attack. Pretty useful on boss fights, but decreases damage by 30%. But he comes with a 0 BP skill that has deep power and heals very small, around 150, and this very awesome attack here that hits 2 times and buffs his STR 2 times, 25 plus 25 on max level. He can keep using this, he can use at least 3 times in a row, and then eventually can keep casting when in boss fights for slow burn damage. And then they changed the skill number 3. This is an 8 BP skill that uses 1 LP, deals blunt and heat. All of these attacks are physical and grants him a heat up large. That will increase his damage by 15% for the whole fight. They changed it to be stronger and increased the power of the skill itself. He can use this 2 times in a row. Remember? Well, Saruin with double A power attacks. Well, Wil is similar, but with bigger damage and stronger for long fights. So there's some value on this Wil, especially because we don't have many club users that are strong. He can be used if you're having difficulty in club remembrance, and he also has some utility by cross inheritance with his Perfector style. But it's the only limited style. That's why it's so hard to justify going for Wil, because we are expecting musical banners. There's also Minstrel Song Remaster with plenty of interesting characters. So if you are a fan of the character and have at least his previous style, it's good. If you also have his Christmas style with Present Bomber, a roll attack that he can finally use on turn 1 and roll it's something that is meta right now, and that's the case with Cordelia. Well, the Platinum style that will help those that didn't summon for Dentark. Dentark has a very powerful roll attack that deals Pierce and Heat. Cordelia will be your fix for Pierce. In the future you can find Virgil for Fire, so they combine it will suffice for those without Dentark. But it's also so good to say that Cordelia and Dentark are going to destroy things together if you do have both. Cordelia has a focus on STR and agility and a little of will instead of endurance, but besides she's more of a farmer. But she comes with a very strange passive. She starts by getting a large increase in turn order and damage by 25, and on the next turn she gets a guard up. So she switches between increasing damage and increasing resistance. That works for long fights indeed, but she doesn't have a damage reduction passive or self status buff for very long fights. There are better alternatives. But she does get 4 BP, starts with 12, can use some cycles as well, like a perfect cycle of her Perfector style, where she charges, starts with triple S attack and then 3 hits. So there's that. Then we have Fired Up 6, the only damage passive here. But that's not a problem since she gets this morale up medium on start, the damage will be good. It's not comparable to Dentark, but comes close. Well, 10 BP for triple S, roll and Pierce. Whereas in the final calculation Dentark has 4S damage. But there's one difference, she can follow up with another roll attack, that is B power, and it's pretty close to A, so she can keep attacking with this attack forever since she gets access to 4 BP a turn. Or you may want to just use her full AoE attack with 12 BP using all the BP you have on start that grants guard down to the enemies and you'll be able to do more damage. She is a Pierce and Cold specialist, so scattering for 2 different elements helps out, especially on a Platinum style that many people will be able to get, even if it takes some time. Then the last one is Narcisse. They even buffed Narcisse a little with Dexterity and Agility, that makes him much better. He has very high intelligence because he wants to apply the buffs, but his endurance and will kind of suffer a little. Now he attacks and recovers HP and BP, so another character that actually gets 4 BP per turn. And he also buffs both Dexterity and Intelligence by 15% when he lands attacks. And will also carry this special effect that buffs break enemies on overdrive. So if it's an AoE attack, it will buff break all enemies. If it's just single target attack, it will buff break one enemy. Buff break is important, and if you are bringing Narcisse to a fight, that means that he can help you survive better. Some bosses are buffing 2-3 times in a turn, so you have to stop them. There are better alternatives just for this, but he's a Platinum style and will help people without access to something like Mystic Assholes, for example. And high battle tension gives him just a 20% increase in damage and starts the fight with 11 BP, because he does have an 11 BP attack that is single target and hits between 1 to 3 times. He likes to gamble. Each hit will debuff intelligence by up to 15% on max level. And he can even debuff 45% if he lands it 3 times. If you like to retreat and restart fights, you can get a very good debuff right on start. And his intelligence is pretty cool, 109% actually works. He can also inherit Delta Petra from his SaGa Soul style. And that helps because this one has even higher intelligence. Now the second one is just an AoE attack with pierce damage and has a power with 9 BP coast. This is perfect for the Deathmaster Remembrance because every 3 turns you have to attack with AoE. He can even get further than that because he gets 4, so he is always available to use this attack. Then the first one is 2 BP and it's also an intelligence debuff and can even stun. So also helps against Kazinsi, so you have plenty of utility for Remembrance with this character since we don't have many bow users. He does require an Earth bow because his attacks are actually, well, mixed. Skill 1 and 3 are based on Earth, and Skill 2 is just Spears. So there's that. These 2 characters are good additions to the Platinum pool. I can say that Cordelia kind of feels like a premium unit. The same can be said for Narcisse. It feels like a little outdated, but still a premium unit. Whereas the only limited is Wil, but he does offer plenty of interesting options if you have his past styles. It's still not exactly a reason to go for 45,000 gems, but if you want to summon because you like the character and you're feeling lucky, it's not exactly a bad character. It's just a bad banner because if you can wait for the future, you can get to other styles and maybe Wil will appear on a rerun banner, but it would take plenty of time. So there is one future version of Wil in JP, and he can also interchange his skills, so there is that. But the banner will be receiving only a bronze award because of having only one limited style. But there's my opinion. What is yours? Are you thinking about summoning? I believe that checking this news will also make people rethink about the past banners if they want to summon for Sparrow, for Seki Sushai, for Real Queen, or for Dentard, because there you have at least 2 useful premium styles in a roster, while here it's only 1. In my opinion, those banners now have a little better value if you really want to pull, but you can still wait to see if they are announcing the musical festival banners in 1 week from now. With that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I want to see you again in the next one. Bye.